Where is a good place to eat? Apparently, these men know. Most of us have favorite places where we know the food is good and the personnel courteous, efficient, and congenial. As customers, we are sometimes hard to please, complaining and grouchy. Of course, it's practically impossible to please some people. But usually we appreciate a good product and good service. Millions of people who eat out daily have learned to recognize good service and to be aware of indifferent attitudes and careless habits as well. However, we often forget that good food, served in clean surroundings, is the result of expert management and the cooperation of all employees. Today, men and women who are making careers in the field of food preparation and service are constantly raising standards in equipment and methods. But not too many years ago, insanitary practices were common. Cleanup time meant little more than moving germ-laden dirt from one place to another. Scant attention was paid to sanitary methods, and even less to personal habits and hygiene. With no training for the food business, workers made frequent mistakes that often backfired in the form of lowered profits, sickness, and loss of trade. Careless, sloppy service could be expected. And the kitchen? Perhaps it was just as well that customers couldn't see back there. Scarcely a thought was given to protection of foods from saliva, dust, and insects. Speaking of insects, which way did he go? Probably back to the kitchen. And there was plenty of filth in the kitchen to attract flies. Half-hearted attempts at refrigeration plus careless handling equaled food poisoning. Not much food, but doubtless many customers were lost. Good housekeeping was of small concern to the workers. Lack of ventilation and poor lighting certainly did nothing to encourage cleanliness. Mingled with other odors, cooking fumes pervaded the establishment, seeping into the hair and clothing of everyone. In this non-rat-proofed building, rats had few worries. Tabby did little but scatter fur and filth. No storage or locker rooms, so the kitchen served as a catch-all. Clean dishes? Well, hardly. Not with the methods used here. And sometimes the dishwashing setup was used for other purposes. Open garbage and rubbish made premises a sanitation nightmare, with breeding places for flies and free picnic grounds for rats. Although there are still some places attempting to operate with slack, primitive methods, they are fast losing their trade. For customers are learning to spot telltale danger signs and tend to judge the rest of the establishment from conditions and practices in the serving rooms. For example, turning glasses over bottles may reflect other mishandling in the preparation rooms. And a wet glass advertises the fact that handling and germ-killing treatment of utensils are not of the best. Bubbles formed inside a glass are usually caused by grease and clearly reveal careless cleaning methods. Uncovered food on display probably means unprotected foods in the kitchen. Loaded with filth and germs, the fly silently warns danger, sickness ahead. Unwrapped crackers served over and over are certain to be contaminated. Mishandling nearly always follows incorrect storage. And cracked cups afford hiding places for millions of germs. Unrefrigerated cream makes customers wonder if refrigeration of other perishables is as haphazard. And no one wants another person's fingers in his drink. When toothpicks and straws are not correctly dispensed, germs from one person's fingers pass directly into the mouths of others. These are only a few of the insanitary practices which do nothing to build customer confidence and are hazards to health. But in this establishment, as in many others, you may dine with the assurance that food and service are good and the housekeeping efficient. Skilled management plus trained personnel make this possible. Looking backstage a moment, healthy food handlers and clean hands come first. With hand-washing facilities convenient to restrooms and preparation rooms, good personal hygiene is encouraged. A mixing-type faucet would make it easier to adjust the water temperature. Water coming from a safe source reaches the establishment through a distribution system approved by health officials. To prevent the transfer of germs from one person to another, all utensils are cleaned and then subjected to germ-killing treatment. Plenty of hot water enables effective cleaning procedures to be carried out. And plumbing connections are such that there is no chance of sewage contamination. Equipment and utensils used in the preparation and storage of food are cleaned and sanitized daily. Surfaces with which foods come in contact receive special attention. Such smooth, firm surfaces are easy to clean. Premises free of rubbish, rat-proof building construction, garbage stored in tight-fitting containers, and the use of approved insecticides help to keep the place free of germ-carrying insects and rodents. All food and drink are purchased from safe sources. In the case of fresh meats, this stamp of approval indicates processing under sanitary conditions. Safe sources mean less likelihood of spoilage and greater protection against many foodborne diseases. Milk and cream from unsafe sources could mean sickness, but here you know you will get a safe product. The same is true when you order an oyster cocktail. Only certified oysters and other seafoods from approved sources are used. A neat, orderly storeroom reflects good management. Every attempt is made to keep foods fresh and wholesome. As with other foods, commercially processed canned goods are inspected upon delivery and again just before use. If signs of spoilage are found, a swell, springer, or leaker, the can is set aside for destruction or return. Incidentally, the raised lower shelf permits easier cleaning of floors. An efficient system of refrigeration for perishables retards the growth of germs. Germs which can cause food poisoning, food infection, or food spoilage. No fresh foods are entirely free of germs. If certain of these, including meat, are not stored well below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the few germs present can soon become millions. Recommended temperatures vary according to types of food. Excellent protection is afforded by these Fahrenheit temperatures: 40 to 45 degrees for eggs, vegetables, and pastries. Dairy products, 38 to 40 degrees. Fresh meats around 36 degrees. And about 34 degrees for seafoods and fresh poultry. Clean refrigerators with food space to allow free circulation of air aid in retaining true flavors. To prevent off tastes, fish and seafoods are stored in separate compartments. Foods such as ground meat and potato salad are always refrigerated in thin layers so that cooling to the center will be rapid. This is especially important with ground foods, for a certain amount of heat is generated in grinding. To avoid contamination and germ growth, the grinder head is placed in the refrigerator when not in use, and it is cleaned thoroughly each day. Cream-filled pastries are ideal foods for poison-forming germs, but again, good refrigeration prevents the growth necessary to produce poisons. The motto in this establishment, Serve cold foods cold and hot foods hot. Foods are kept hot and appetizing until served. In the warming tables, food temperatures are held constant. Varying temperatures would cause souring. If too high, food would become overcooked and dry. Lower temperatures encourage germ growth, hastening food spoilage. And foods are kept under cover. No eye strain here. In this well-illuminated kitchen, the hood over the stove is connected to the kitchen ventilating system and helps carry off heat and cooking fumes. Good ventilation means more healthful and comfortable surroundings, with housekeeping made easier by preventing excessive grease and moisture condensation. Keeping the establishment clean is a never-ending job, but floor drains, smoothly finished ceilings and walls, and heavy equipment placed away from the walls speed up cleaning operations. And a routine of cleaning, using the right materials and equipment, and plenty of elbow grease, keeps the establishment sparkling. Clean restrooms are good advertising. In the hands of each worker rests the final test of sanitary operation. For example, if one person is careless about hygiene, the health of workers and customers could be in danger. Let's say the chef didn't wash his hands after visiting the restroom. The germs on his hands could be disease germs. See how quickly these germs, represented by black smudges, could be spread. From fingers to towel, then to the busboy's fingers, some of the germs are on their way. But not all of them. There are enough for everyone, even for the fellow who failed to wash his hands thoroughly. Watch for the germ smudges. Germs are hitchhikers. They travel on dust particles, in saliva, and many other ways, including the fingers. It won't be long before these germs catch another ride. And so, in a short time, the unseen germs from one careless worker could be inside another human body, their favorite home. But fortunately, such transfer of germs will not happen in this establishment, for good personal hygiene and correct food handling are practiced. Up-to-date food handling and sanitation techniques form a chain of protection. But take away one link in this chain, then food poisoning, food infection, or many other diseases could result. Only 3 among the millions who dine out. But it's a safe bet that, like many others, they will tell their friends, "Yes, sir, the best food in town, and the service is tops."